Hi there, folks. If somebody was to ask me really what my job is, and I think most people have a misconception over quantity surveying, they would probably say measuring drawings, doing quantities, doing up bills, doing up valuations, negotiating. And while all of those things are true, but they're a byproduct to me of a bigger system that involves four main actors: the clients, the builders, the architect, the other professionals, if that's the word we want to put in ourselves, engineers, and quantity surveyors, and energy consultants, and the list goes on and on. But each one of these parties is complex within themselves, but the whole system gets more complex. And the beauty of that complex system is interventions can have positive effects from multiple sources. So it is a system, and for me, at the top of the hierarchy of the system is the homeowner. The homeowner is the one that is financially making this system and has created the whole system. And when one refers to a homeowner, it's often in blank terms: good client, bad client, difficult client, happy client, sad client, easy client, wonderful client. But the reality is they're none of these things, and they're all of these things. They're like all of us. They have archetypes, and all of these archetypes are true. A good client can be a bad client, a great client can be a good client, an informed client can be a non-informed client in certain areas. All of these are complex items, and it's on a spectrum. And you can use language. You can use language around difficult or unprepared or average or engaged. But I've seen clients that can be labelled difficult, being highly respectful of me and getting on extremely well with them, but not getting on so well with architects, and 3 architects being dismissed. So there's a whole range of relationships, and language is important, and signifiers are important, and labels are important. The real one is to understand that these are shifting sands, and to relate to the archetype on the spectrum in the appropriate manner. So this adds the complexity of understanding and having sensory acuity for where the current project is and where the homeowners are as clients. And projects just don't succeed because of luck. They really succeed because of alignment. And alignment is very hard, because you're talking about alignment from builders, clients, architects, engineers, homeowners, neighbours. I have one builder, and he's spending more time talking to the neighbours than he is talking to his own client. And he's stopped answering calls on Saturdays, putting up boundaries. So there's also difficult in the system. I guess what I'm trying to say, there's a larger system within the system. So there's micro systems and macro systems, and it's the understanding of this multi-layeredness that is really, really important. And in terms of application, everybody needs to take responsibility. It's not just misalignment between builder and homeowner. Everybody has to do some sort of interventions at different stages, and those can be handshakes, those can be clarification on points, those can be suggesting a meeting for clarification, and that may not even be somebody's designated role. That can be as simple as buying somebody a cup of tea, or arriving on site with water, or printing out large-scale drawings, or prompting very difficult conversations, or bringing up difficult questions. I was at a meeting yesterday, and even though I work for the client, I had to mention the fact that there's an issue about pumping the foul drainage from the back to the front. So everybody has to play their game and their role in this system, as we're all on different spectrums at different times, from left to right, good to bad, whatever language you want to put in it, but it's multi-layered and it's dynamic. And for the homeowner, it's so emotionally intense. So just a couple of thoughts. So really what I'm trying to say, there is, in my perspective, there is no such thing as a bad client, as a difficult client. As what there is a not understood client, or not understanding a client's emotional drivers and then goals.